Hello, my name is Annie. I'm gonna do a Scorpio read. Today is, what is today? The 27th of February. So I don't know, let's just be like a week one or something like that, a week and a half. It takes me usually like a week or two to get around the zodiac. So yeah, you can book a reading with me. That would be awesome, Scorpio. Like, share, and subscribe, please. That would be awesome too. If you enjoy this video or you just want to support me just to be nice, spread the love. Just a general read about the energies that are going on in your life right now and what Spirit wants to tell you. So let's just call in Spirit and ask for a direct message to Scorpio. Okay. I'm going to do the Dreams of Gaia Tarot first, just for an overall vibe. I don't know about you, but today the energy's like, I mean, I don't know if it's been going around everywhere, if it's just me, but wow, powerful, like for me, heart space opening, you know, that kind of back and forth kind of craziness, like opening, release, like crying, like last night, and then bliss, and then anxiety, and then acceptance, and then bliss, and then I had to do like some exercising outside. I had to get outside, and then bliss, and then, you know, then I fell back asleep because I was exhausted, and then anxiety, and I'd wake up, and then fine, and then bliss, and like, I mean, just constantly throughout the day, like the energy's it's been very intense. I feel like I've calmed down a little bit now, like it feels more stabilized, but it was pretty wild. I thought after the hike I'd be like better, like I hiked up the mountain and, you know, whatever. Sorry about that, Scorpio. Just kind of like, anyway, yeah, this message for Scorpio, please, from Spirit, direct to Scorpio. Yeah, let me know if you guys have been feeling that. Heaven and earth, anchoring heaven and earth, anchoring your light. That's what's going on. Abundance. Ooh, this is lovely. Oh yeah, one of water, which is like the Ace of Cups, so definitely love coming in. A lot of times this is new love coming in. Scorpio, nice. Making a decision. King of Fire. Here's a decision. That's kind of like the Two of Swords. Also, this is a balancing. This is almost like the decision will be made, whether you make it or not. It will be made. There's a crossroads kind of thing. And then there's a passionate. This could be like you could have a King of Fire in your life, like a fire sign. You know, maybe a new love with a fire sign, a passionate relationship on its way, or you're just filled with passion, inspiration, that kind of energy is your energy. Or like you're going to make a choice for new love, for new passion, possibly. You might end one thing and move into another. Ooh. Right off the bat, you get the Seven of Cups, so you're in an illusion. Like you're having a hard time. You're in confusion. You're in illusion. You're in many decisions, indecision. an inability to see clearly. Because crossing you, you have the Four of Cups, so there, you have regret, might have been an end of a relationship, a loss of something. I'm not going to take it though, because 3 came out. But yeah, we have the 7 of Cups. Oh, yeah. And then we have crossing it, the 3 of Swords. So it's definitely, I think, an end, a heartbreak. And so it's left you sort of in a state of confusion. It's left you in a state of like kind of feeling defeated. I think it kind of reminds you, it's bringing up other times of when you have felt defeated. It actually might have manifested because of programming in your subconscious where you've felt defeated in your past. And so you look for it. Maybe that's how you define love, that kind of thing. You know how we're all programmed, and then in the program we do the dysfunctional thing. Or we have a good program and we don't do this dysfunctional thing. I think most of us have some pretty jacked up programs with love, because we've defined love as an action, and we've defined ourselves based on the actions of other people around us. And the other people around us are dysfunctional because they're human, and they're all trying to seek validation from outside of themselves. And we're all trying to move into wiser human beings, where we're whole and complete within, and able to give ourselves, in all aspects of ourselves, that love, that acceptance, that peace and presence, so that we are able to give that to those outside of us. That's the kind of work we're doing. Clearly, this is some of the work you're doing as well. And, because of patterning and because of belief systems, and you don't even know it, it's in your subconscious, where, there might be a program where love equals somebody where you feel defeated. And so that's love to you. So you go chase it and find it. And then you get your heart broken, because clearly if you're chasing love that's already going to be defeated, it's going to probably break your heart. But it's also conscious and it's confusing. So I'd say the 7 of Cups is like this confusion of like, why does this keep happening to me? What is this love thing all about? It's kind of put you in a place of like kind of cold, kind of moving out, closing your heart and just staying in your mind and using mind over your heart or your emotions. Good tactic if you have programs like this. But I think that, this person might have been cold to you, cut you out, or, you are in a state of just kind of mind over heart, keeping your guard up. But it's mature. It's a healthy thing to do, I think. But I feel like maybe your heart's been hardened a little bit. I feel like this has been like the way you're surviving, or you're going up. This is the way you've been going about this experience. Now, you're consciously, and you're in this Empress energy. So maybe you are cutting out patterns, or you have been, to remove the illusion and to get clear as to these patterns and as to what you really want to create. Because you're like consciously creating, like you're moving into this Empress energy where you are basically, for a lack of a better word, fuckable to everybody. To every male is the, well, if you're a male, then, same thing, but this is the female figure in the tarot deck. So you're fuckable to every male figure in the tarot deck. So you're the shit. And you are anything you want. I mean, in a sense, anything that you're creating with your words, with your thought, whatever, is manifesting. This is a very fertile energy to manifest and give birth to what you are, the seeds you're planting, the thoughts you're producing. So when you have this kind of thing in the subconscious, the 5 of Wands, which isn't defeat. I don't know why I said defeat. I'm frustrated with myself. Sometimes I get the Five of Wands and the, oh, God dang it, and the Five of Swords mixed up, and they look like swords to me. Like, oh, but it says wands here, so dang it, you guys, I'm sorry. I didn't like totally mess it up. It still has an energy of competition and looking outside ourselves and competing outside of ourselves for love. But I think your programming is less, you know, I'm always defeated in love. It's more like I always have to compete for love. You know, I have to be the best. You know, you compare yourself to others. I have to be the most beautiful, the most successful, the most charismatic. I have, or maybe love is you chase after love where you compete. Like that's more interesting to you because that's what love means to you is when, you know, maybe your parent, you had to compete with your siblings for love. And so that's what love equals to you, or you, it's the same kind of thing. It's that kind of programming that just becomes kind of defeatist in love and can lead to heartbreak. But you're definitely winning in the competition if you haven't cleared out those programs. You might be an extremely attractive person and people want you. Anyway, but I do think you need to come into awareness. It's interesting. You're in this illusory state. You've been through a heartbreak, but you still kind of have this spirit of like strength to you. There's abundance coming your way for sure, and love and passion. So maybe you did in the recent past a lot of cutting away of old patterns and things that don't serve you. Maybe you cut away the heartbreak. I don't know. Yeah, an offer of love for sure is coming your way in the near future. Yeah. And you have the Princess of Pentacles. So yeah, another offer. The beginnings of something manifesting here. There's still a sense of worry and anxiety from just about the environment, like just about what you're manifesting. I'll clarify that. Hanged Man energy. In the hopes and fears. Strengthen the outcome. And Four of Cups. In the outcome. Oh, sorry. All right, for some of you, I'm getting that new love is coming. You are very attractive to those around you. You're getting offers of love. But I still feel like you have anxiety and worry, and it might be because of the past relationship or just in general what you're going through. Kind of because you're just not seeing totally clear all the time. You're stuck in confusion. And you're really in your hopes and fears is just to do some of this healing, really. Your healing hasn't been complete. You're getting strong and moving into your heart space at the end with the Strength card. You're moving into this like union with self where you are less in your programs and more in your heart and your true authentic self, more in your divinity. And you do start to see this cup available to you and focus a lot less on the past and on the loss. And so you're able to feel the emotions, heal through the emotions, and release them as you move into your heart space. So that's, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and moving on. Okay? And then maybe being more ready to... It's like you're going to be ready to allow what the universe wants to bring to you or what you want to manifest. It's coming your way. Like a lot of abundance. It's really anchoring in heaven on earth. But I think the energies right now, just even in today, like this whole reading could change. Like, because in the present, the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands crossing, the Three of Swords crossing is pretty intense combination to have right off the bat. But I think today was kind of intense. Do I have any? This sweater's hot. So let's do clarification. So it might just be like today was intense. Just, you know, energies for those that still get affected by them, right? Some don't. Spirit, please give us a message for Scorpio. For Seven of Cups. Okay, the Creator. I mean, behind the illusion is your truth. Behind the illusion is your truth, your pure potential, your limitless potential. And you are going to be healing from, you are healing. You're still healing. You're still healing from the loss of this heartbreak, the ego break. You know, the thing that you've identified yourself with that triggered, you know, some core patterning that was you, that was a part of your egoic structure. And the breaking of it is the heartbreak, you know, because our hearts don't break. We actually need to open up our hearts and be in that space. It's this heartbreak that we experience is just usually an ego break. Ego gets very attached to its identity and those around it as a part of its identity. And that's not bad. It's just the way it is. And we're trying to transcend that. Not in a cold and calculating way where if we lose something out of our life that we don't mourn it. But the suffering is when we don't feel the feeling and let it move in, you know, we just keep moving through life because this is a temporary experience and everything that we lose is just an aspect of like us essentially, and it's eternal. So as we expand in consciousness, we're learning to release our attachment to form. And that's, I feel like, this healing process, this learning process, and this, you know, for you to come into your limitless potential and the creator being that you are. When you come out with the Strength card, you have the Abundance card, Love card, and anchoring heaven onto earth is like bringing in this intelligent energy, allowing the ego to break so that the light, you know, can crack open, the light that we brought in here. Inner voice, Five of Wands. Maybe it's like even changing the programming from the old voices and the voices that, the programs that we have in our subconscious, that you have in your subconscious. Allowing the inner stillness, your truth, to come and help change the perspective of those programs, shine light on those programs, so that you can understand why the complex, the body-mind complex, does the things it does and that leads into this heartbreak. You know, not necessarily to stop that process. It is so we can live our best lives, so to speak, live our fullest potential, because these heartbreaks and these defeats and things like that, these egoic collapses, so to speak, hold us back from our purpose here, or to experience life to the fullest, right? So in a way, it's to, you know, stop that from happening again, but it's more of a total awareness of the chaos and the patterning of the mind, body, mind realm, so that we can move into a different perspective, and realize that it's not a healthy complex. It's an illusory complex. So it's not the truth. It's a story, it's a program, and just to have that awareness is everything to change it, you know? So it's like, yeah, those programs might still be there. I think they have less power when we don't identify with them, and we identify more with the inner voice, with the isness beyond the program. Exhaustion. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like you've been working really hard at cutting out the things that are no longer serving you, things that have hurt you. And it's brought you in a state of protection. It's made you, I think, look very powerful externally, and made you, actually, it's given you some of your power back in a sense. It's exhausting though. It's like you had to do it. You had to create the boundaries so you could heal, you know? And just get yourself in a space where you can start receiving. Yeah, this is very much, how do I end up doing this? How did that even get down there? So we have flowering. So yeah, you want to impregnate, you want to manifest. You are in a place of producing and responding to what Spirit wants to bring in and to what you are manifesting. So something to be aware of. Maybe really start to clear out the illusions and slow down. I feel like you've been fighting a bit, and the fight actually has put you in a place of feeling strong enough to receive. And there are offers coming in. There are offers coming in. You are going to experience like a lot of people and things and opportunities in the near future. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's like you're in this new beginning. Yeah. Still think like maybe you're still having to deal with the guilt and the worry and the anxiety and the shame. I think that's the illusion that I mean, maybe there was somebody that you hurt, or maybe whatever went on that was a heartbreak. Maybe you're feeling guilt and shame for it not working out. Or they do. You both do. And it's kind of like, I'm going to do another card for that. Wow, past lives, right on that, clarifying guilt and shame, guilt and Nine of Swords. You are going to spend time, it's almost like because you're still dealing with this kind of thing. This is like when you go out into life, when you wake up in the morning, you're doing your day, this is still stuff that comes up for you. Maybe you get triggered into it by just existing in the world, being awake, getting outside, like not meditating and hermiting, but it's kind of like when you're interacting with the world. This is deep-rooted stuff that keeps showing up externally and then triggering that stuff internally. So a lot of the pattern, maybe a lot of the fight is to avoid a lot of the, comparing yourself to the outside world, fighting for love. Maybe it gets you in trouble. Maybe you realize how immature it is. The destruction of the truth, the love within the relationship, how you maybe you feel guilt and shame of how you betrayed yourself in the relationship. it's definitely patterns from many lifetimes, and this relationship is definitely a very deep relationship. Or if it's not a relationship, whatever happened that broke your heart is something that's like it's a it's happened before, so to speak, or this is a karmic pattern that's been going on or deep rooted in your DNA and through many lifetimes or in your ancestral lineage. And you need to give yourself time to create space. So when you do feel the trigger, to allow yourself to feel the trigger, breathe and know that this is the work you need. When you start awakening, it moves into your emotional body first. Okay, it's kind of frustrating. So it's like people who are awakening sometimes are the most, sickly and negative, victimed, poor me consciousness, like comparing themselves to everybody, underdog, feeling left out. And a lot of them will vocalize it, and you'll just be like, ugh, that's an immature person. But really what they're doing is they're experiencing the most dense body, which is the emotional body. It's the most dense. And that stuff you just start feeling those things. So if you're not knowing you're awakening and you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're comparing yourself to everybody and you're doing this poor me thing, it's because you're really, really in touch with your emotions, but you're not handling it maturely. Basically because you don't know what the heck's going on and you're identifying with what you're feeling. And once you know this is part of this ascension process, that you're, the light's shining on you and you're actually like awakening, or you're more of an awakened being. So it's a weird thing. Not saying everybody who's a victim consciousness is awakened being, but that's not always true. But it tends to be something that a person will go through for a time as they're awakening. And if they don't go through it, they'll feel guilty for having those thoughts and feelings, because we all have them. A lot of people cover them with masks and pretend that they're a good person. These are all our emotions that we have the whole spectrum of them. And yeah, we don't have to act out on them all, but we have them. And so not to feel guilt and shame for having them, but a lot of times you'll feel guilt and shame, and then you'll suppress them, and then we get these autoimmune diseases. So I'm thinking a lot of light beings, or a lot of people who are awakening, tend to get really sick as well. As a matter of fact, people who seem to know their past lives and their future lives, and the Akasha records, like the ones that, this isn't the case for everybody, but they struggle with autoimmune diseases. So, there's that. So I feel like there's a lot of healing going on for you right now, and you know it. And that it's almost like, I almost want to say, like, you're in this, like, your light shining, and you seem pretty confident, actually. I feel like and you want to experience new love coming in. I do think that. And you're also in this place of beginning again, like, you're in this place of like childlike innocence and stuff like that. I think you're just moving through still emotions and helping yourself clear them, and you know that you need the time to do that, and you're giving yourself the time to release the loss of this heartbreak, really. Yeah, you're really hanging on to this person, this relationship, and there's like that aspect of you that's starting all over again, and you're getting new offers. I think you're very attractive. Other people see your spirituality and your wisdom and your inner light. It's almost like you just need to let go of this last layer, this past life relationship, this patterning of needing to compete for love, moving into your inner voice, and moving, for you, it's like you do need the time to heal this holding on to this relationship. You've got to let it go. And I think along with it is letting go of the guilt that you might have towards yourself. I mean, how you acted in the relationship, how you acted in the past because of this emotional activity. You know, being active emotionally, like where you're triggered all the time and you're a super sensitive being because you're like awakening. So again, like, just FYI, this isn't for everybody, this reading. This is for whoever it resonates with. You don't even have to be a Scorpio for it to resonate with you. You can get something out of it by watching it as, you know, a Leo or whatever. Yeah, at the end, the outcome, you do move into like going with the flow, turning in, moving into your heart center, you know, your courage, your heart space, your truth. And I do think that you eventually like look at this cup that's offered to you and you're able to take the love, the new love that is coming to you from the universe. Yeah. And there is suppression. I feel like I don't even know why this, I don't remember pulling, like, I didn't see this come flying out, but then it was lying there. So the suppression card, you know, I do want to say that you have suppressed feelings of guilt, shame, fear, maybe for competing or for not believing you're good enough. You know, you're moving into so much awareness with knowing that you are, you know, I think you move into some states of bliss and childlike innocence and joy. Yeah, this is starting to manifest for you, this kind of blissful state, the knowingness that you're whole and one with all that there is. Like you have these experiences, and your light's really shining, and you're actually like flowering that light and those gifts and becoming very attractive to those around you, and you're experiencing life with, it's like there's just that residual, you just need a little more time to release and let go and allow yourself to feel and just relax when the anxiety comes. Don't engage in the story, just allow yourself to feel it. No, it's a process to bring more of your awareness into your consciousness, you know, into your emotional body, the stuff that's there. As we turn into our heart space, as we turn into the observer, our truth, we don't have to identify with those programs anymore, those things that are attached to us. So we're observing them, we're giving them the hello, hi, but we don't have to feel guilt and shame. We don't have to make it into a disease. And we're learning how to move beyond that and heal from that. In this relationship, you know, sometimes it could, if you want to step back all the way, you can see it as a test to help you do this kind of work, to activate you enough so that you even know those aspects are in you, right? So I'm going to do a Path of the Soul card for your Scorpio. It's looking like, it's like you're manifesting a lot of cool things. And there's just that, there's more releasing needing before you feel like you want to go out into the world and I want to say do a relationship. Do a new relationship, you know. I think you're just having fun experiencing the love offers that are coming in, you know. Okay. 25. This one's cool. Nature. It's time to return to nature and reconnect. Enjoy the scent of the flowers. Walk quietly by the ocean. Hug a tree and get rooted in the earth. It's time for a look within. Nature will bring you back on track. Watch, listen, breathe, and connect. Feel the pulse of life streaming throughout. Fully and naturally, through our heart, we are connected to all things, our higher self. Sit quiet, your mind, place your hand on your heart and connect. It's here for you to find your truth. Yeah, this is the advice that this whole reading's been kind of giving you. It's like things are going really well for you, but there's these moments of needing to fully release before I feel like you're, well, I mean, you might be able to start something new. It's just like, I feel like there's just a little more healing. Like I feel like you want that this time to heal. I think you're enjoying the experience of there's love offers coming in and you're seeing how others are seeing your light. Like you're starting to see the 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 your growth being reflected outside, your light being reflected outside. But then because you're still holding on to this heartbreak, um, there's still things that trigger you and move you back into that state of anxiety. And so the advice is to relax as much as you can when that happens. Move through it and know that you are going to move. You are moving into your heart space, and move into your heart space when that happens, and give yourself compassion and space and turn in and go with the flow. You're letting go. You're moving in the waters of like the golden waters, the golden, like the golden waters. You're moving into divine waters. You're going with the flow. And yeah, just relax, get out into nature, move into your heart space. This is all like you're in this healing place and you're starting to see the fruits of the healing or the light that you are. You're starting to see it, and it's just there's some more turning in to do, and I think that's that. So with that, I'll let you go, Scorpio. If you'd like a read, please email me. Like, share, and subscribe, and take care.